Yeah, hello. I'm Traptrix Sarah. Due to popular request, here is update to the new Pend Magician FTK. Let's start with a gameplay walkthrough. Then we will go over the changes since the last video. The full combo gameplay is done in custom Duel, because unfortunately, I hit Diamond 1 since the beginning of season, since 70% of high-rank player base plays Sprite. So I punished them by playing counter. It was super easy climb and basically win streak all the way up. A link to that guide is provided above. What I want to say is players in Diamond 1 will surrender when I place a pen scale, so it was damn near impossible to record a full combo. I think next season I might purposely derank so I can stay away from Diamond 1 so that I can still play the game. Duel start. This isn't an ideal hand since we have a field dead card. This is to show you can still set up negate and first turn kill super easy. We start by placing Valence field, which places the other field from deck to the opponent field. Joker to grab Wisdom. Set pen scale and tell Wisdom to suicide. Replace him with double Iris, then trigger Shinra Bansho to move pen scale monster up. 2 Pendulum monsters, link summon heavy metal foes Electromite. Trigger summoned effect and place Astrograph from deck to face up extra deck. Then target destroy a face up card and add Astrograph from extra to hand. Trigger Iris destroyed effect, add star Pendulum Graph. Trigger Astrograph Sorcerer to special summon himself and add card destroyed this turn when a card we control destroyed. This 3-chain move should already be embedded in the DNA of every Pend Magician player. Play Star Pend. Wisdom. Purple. Suicide. Which then triggers Star Pend effect when a magician leaves field. Add Harmonizing Magician to hand. Note that her effect can only be triggered by Pendulum summoning. 2 effect monsters, including a Pend monster. Link summon beyond the Pendulum. Spend 1,200 life points and add any Pend card to hand. At this point, since we have enough resources, we could add Magical Ibra and skip one combo. But since this is a demo video, and I want to show you complete set of the combo, so adding a random Pend monster. Also, I could also add Performable Pendulum Sorcerer and trigger his special summoned effect when Pend summon. But let's pretend we had a really bad hand, or got hit by negate, and we needed Beyond Search effect to add more important cards like Harmonizing. We can still trigger his effect to gain more resources in another way I'm going to show you. Start Pendulum Summon. Trigger Harmonizing Pend summoned effect and special summon Oak Dragon from deck. If you lack resources, you can choose level 4 Magician instead. For 6 Synchro summon Baron de Fleur. This is 1 Omni Negate. 2 level 4 Magician Pendulum monsters Xyz into Time Star Magician. Then trigger his summoned effect add Sage de Fleur to hand. Trigger Sage effect target destroy 2 cards on the field. And the cards we picked are Pend monsters. Then Time Start respond to the destruction by sending a spellcaster type monster from deck to graveyard instead. And the card we send is Performable Sorcerer. Since Time Star only protects Pend card, you can also make use of this effect to whack opponent's card, or remove Valence field if, for some reason, you cannot FTK this turn, because opponent can use it as well. I generally keep opponent's side field during FTK because it blocks their imperm, or destroy it if they will have a turn, to prevent them from using it as droplet cost. 2+ monsters, including a spellcaster. Link summon Celine, Queen of the Master Magicians. Then gain counters equal to the number of spells in both fields and graveyards. Remove 3 spell counters and special summon Performable Sorcerer from graveyard. Trigger his special summoned effect and destroy up to 2 cards and add performable monsters with different names from deck to hand. Since Black Fang is destroyed, special summon Dark Spellcaster from graveyard. Celestial to add Pend monster from deck during end phase. 2 level 4 monsters, Xyz into Gagaga Cowboy. Place him in defense position as his effect changes depending on battle position. Detach 1 material and inflict 800 damage. Using Celine and Sage, link summon into Crosssheep. Then trigger Sage effect when sent from field to graveyard. Add Predaplant Bufollicula to hand, then return Electromite back to deck. Note that this effect requires Bufollicula to be in deck. If you already have it and you have enough resources to FTK, consider pulling Magical Ibra with first Electromite or beyond if you don't draw it. Place Performable Odd Eyes Dissolver and Fusion Summon Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon using Bufollicula and Butler as fusion material. Yes! This deck does run Butler if you can't find it in the linked deck site. That is because a bug prevented it from being added to English version of YuGiOh card site. I have submitted bug report to Konami but got ignored. Coming on, place Vortex Dragon to where Cross Sheep pointed to, then trigger its effect based on the card types it points to. In this case, we have Synchro, which all monsters gain 700 attack, and most importantly Fusion, which allows us revive level 4 or lower from the graveyard. So be extra careful when you position monster to not block the link arrow. Use Cross Sheep to special a level 4 penned monster. Use Bufoliculas used as fusion material to add face-up dark penned monster from extra to hand. 2 dark pendulum monsters, special summon Supreme King Dragon. Link away Cowboy and Sheep into Predaplant Vert Anaconda to make room. If you don't have enough dark penned monster, you can also use its first effect to turn one monster into dark attribute. Trigger Butler Graveyard effect, destroy Dissolver and special himself. Then Astro respond to the destruction and special himself. Add any card to hand. You can also use Veron's destroy effect to pop Astro. Then use both of them to link summon Electromite again. This time add Magicalibra from deck to extra. Place Fang and pop it with Electromite. Then add Magicalibra we just placed back on hand. As you see, we have too many additional resources that we need to use Veron to kill our own monster to make room. Next, place Magicalibra to pen scale. Then trigger Vert and dump Instant Fusion to graveyard and copy the effect. Fusion summon Lyrilisk Independent Nightingale. Trigger her effect and inflict damage equal to the level times 500. Trigger Magicalibra penned effect and target 2 face-up monsters we control. Reduce one level by up to 6 and increase the other by the same amount. This is why it is essential to have at least another monster on the field that's level 7 or higher when performing FTK. If you're short on resource, you can also keep Astro on field and use him instead. Starving Venom's level is now 14, which means if we use it to copy Nightingale effect, it burns 500 times 14 equal to 7,000 damage. Overall, the combo line is easier than previous deck, which resolves around Chronomaly Atlantis. This also gives little bit more wiggle room in extra deck by cutting Dugas and Stardust Warrior. This brings current version to be very similar to the full board penned Magician deck I introduced. So if FTK doesn't work out, we just switch gears to make big board instead. Note that there are multiple lines that can lead to FTK. Since that's way too many, I am not going to cover all of them. If you want to learn them, please refer to my other Penned Magician guide. Simply head to the channel page and search Penned Magician within the channel. As you've seen, these two are addition to the combo. Cowboy is really there to fill in the damage gap. If you have another way to deal damage, you can replace him. I use it because we have lot of level 4s we can make use of, and I happen to have the card. Chronograph and Time Gazer is cut. They are really not needed in this combo. Plus we improve overall consistency. If you pay attention to the pen scale distribution in our main deck, if we define any scale lower or equal to 3 is low scale, and 6 or higher than 6 as high scale, you will notice we currently have 11 low scale cards, and 13 high scale cards. Since Pen Summon is summon of level between low and high scale, more even distribution is better. And as you can see, Time Gazer and Chronograph are both high scale, which would have bumped our high number to 15 versus 11. As always, the deck link is included in the description and is constantly being updated as I perform optimization. The remainder is additional gameplays, and it might include some cards that was cut while I was testing builds. Thank you for watching.